Hello, and welcome back to another video with the Practice Nurse Mentor. I'm Alicia. In this video, we are going to really quickly go through how to set up your chronic condition management plan templates in best practice. So we are going to start with our main page here. We are going to go up to setup and then go to preferences. Sorry, not preferences. We are going to go to setup and we're going to go to configuration. And then we are going to go to care plans. And here is where we can start to create our own templates for a range of different chronic diseases. So we're going to click on this setup care plan template. So you can see here in the sample best practice mode that they've already got some in there already. So but this is what it's going to look like. And then when you're finished creating a few different ones, then you're going to have a whole list here that you can access at any time. So if you've got someone that's got cardiac disease and diabetes and osteoporosis, you can come in and you can make something for every single person. This is pretty generic, so you're making this as your framework, okay? So when you do obviously have a patient in front of you, you're going to customize that to that individual's needs. So this is just your framework, and then you're going to build on that with your care planning. Alrighty, so this is just a way to do it really a bit more time efficient, because I know at the moment we're all struggling to do the time frames that have been given to us with the recent changes. A lot of practices, mine included, have cut back how much time the nurses have got to do care plans. This will help you immensely. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have this access to this kind of pre-filling option. So I'm going to go ahead and show you now how to do it from scratch. So we're going to click on Add, and we're going to just name the template. So let's start with something like osteoporosis, because that's a pretty common one that a lot of people have, and we do this fairly frequently. So we're going to set up the goals. Now, as I said, these ones are going to be pretty generic. So obviously, you've got your patient, you can do things that are a bit more specific. If you want to do your SMART goals and things like that, absolutely you can. But there's some baseline things that we always do for people with certain chronic conditions. So for osteoporosis, what are we always aiming to achieve? We always want to achieve and maintain optimal bone density, don't we? Yes, we do. So that can be one of them. Another one we can do is perhaps understand fracture risks and how to prevent them. So we can do understand fracture risk and prevention strategies, and that can come in a different, you can word these however you like. I'm kind of just doing this on the fly here. Add, we want to ensure adequate intake of calcium and minerals for optimal bone health, things like that. Okay, so I'm just going to put a few in. I'm not going to go through everything here. And then our tasks, we are going to be monitoring bone density. So this is every 2 to 5 years, depending on where they're at, they will need a DEXA scan. Alrighty, and we are going to add that one. Next, we are going to monitor biochemistry, because we want to be looking at their calcium. We want to be looking at their vitamin D, and we want to be monitoring kidney function, etc. Okay, the usual things. So especially if they're going to be on like Prolia injections or a cluster infusions and all that kind of stuff. We want to be looking at those sorts of things. Do they want, I'm going to just put generally allied health referral because I just use this as a like a guide for myself. So depending on what that patient needs, do they need to be referred to a dietitian perhaps? Do they need to go to see the exercise physiologist and do bone density improvement programs or falls prevention programs with a physio, something like that. So this is just my little prompt to insert appropriate allied health referral here. Okay. What else are we going to be doing? We are going to be doing height and weight checks, height and weight checks. We want once to twice, 1 to 2 times a year. Okay, so I like to make sure I've got at least an annual one. But you might need to do that more frequently if you've got someone who's got quite advanced disease. Okay, so you get the idea. Okay, we're going to put some basic things in here that you can use as your framework, and then you're going to add, you sort of build on that when you do have the patient in front of you. So once you've got that, we're going to save, and there it is. Okay, you can go back in and add extra things down the track. You can just go in and edit. Okay, select it and edit. What's in this one? So we can go in and edit that one. What have they got there? Yep. Okay. I've never actually looked at that before. Groovy. Okay, so that's pretty much where we're at. So then if we go out of there and if we open up a patient, I don't know, I'm going to pick someone here. Let's go with Catherine Jones. These are all part of the best practice uh, practicing suite. So you can open this up and use it. So this is all fake, fake people. It's not real. So then if we go down to, where am I? Why is my screen being silly? We're going to go to the enhanced primary care. We're going to go to care plans. And then if we click add, okay, we can now go to the templates down the bottom here and we can select osteoporosis and boom, that's going to autofill that template for you. And then you can just customize it for each individual person. Now, if, for example, this person also did have asthma, there's no reason why you can't select 2 and that will also add those ones in there. You might need to just check and make sure that there's no doubling up. So if you've got something in there like, say, preventative health care, if you've got immunizations, if you've got administering medications and all that kind of stuff, or education around medications, then those things might be doubled up in some of your templates, especially if you've got things that, like diabetes and heart disease, there will definitely be some crossover. So you might need to just go and edit those things out so you're not having some duplication in the plan itself. But this is a time saver. This is a lifesaver. I have been using it this way for years now. And once I learned how to do these pre-filled templates, oh my goodness, my world changed. And it just becomes so much easier to do the care planning now. So yeah, I just find this so much easier than going in and using the other way. I've been through your documents there and doing the care plan things that way. I just I can't. I can't. It just takes so much time going the other way. Again, unless you've got some little system of your own where you've got some pre-filled things that you can cut and copy over, then having to sit there and painstakingly type out every little thing. I know when I've gone and had my care plan done for myself at my own doctor's, I was literally in there for an hour while this nurse typed up every single word, and I was just like, I don't know how you do this. So not being mean here, I'm just saying that takes a lot of time. And if you're in a small practice where you might be the only nurse or you're one of 2 nurses, and time is really important, then this is going to change the way you do your care plannings if you're not already doing it this way. So there you go, folks. I hope you find that helpful and that you're going to be able to implement that into your workplace. As I said, I can't, I can't stop espousing how wonderful it is because I really like it. And I think that it just makes so much sense. Everybody can come in and access that. Everybody can come in and see where it is because it's always stored down in that same section. You can go in there. And when it comes time to reviewing it, you're just going to open up that most recent plan or click add actually, and it will ask you if you want to review it. You hit yes, and you can just go in there and edit anything and update anything the way that you need to. So I just find it really easy. And for me, this is the epitome of a living document. So there you go. Well, thanks, guys, so much, and I really appreciate the likes and the subscribes. So keep them coming because it helps me to feel more confident with putting more content out. I know that there's so much support that's needed out there. So I just really want to get out there and try and do the best I can to do that for you guys. So like and subscribe, share, and please make a comment if you've got some feedback for me or if you've got some ideas about what kind of videos you would like to see. All right? Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.